Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to the Japan Study Center. Today we are going to see the chapter of geography, and what is our topic today? Types of farming. There is the most important, the next topic and question here, types of farming here. The important point. The types of farming, the basis for the classification of different types of agriculture in India are rainfall, irrigation facility, and purpose of production and ownership, and size of holding and technology used. On the basis of this factor, a number of farmings can be identified. The main types of farming in India are here. The first here, dry farming. There is the most important here, dry farming. This type of farming is practiced in the area where is the amount of annual rainfall is generally less than 80 centimeters. In such a region, their farmers are generally dependent upon to the rainfall. Here the moisture contained in the soil is less, hence only one crop can be grown in a year. The mills like jowar, bajra, ragi, pulses and etc. are important crops growing under these types of farming. There is the most important state here, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, part of Madhya Pradesh, southern Haryana, part of Gujarat and Karnataka fall under this category of farming. In such an area, farmer adopt to the subsidies is activities such as a dairy, cattle farming to supplement there is a marriage from income. There is the most important here, dry farming. The next here, wet farming. Wet farming, this types of farming is a practiced in the area of alluvial soils where is the annual average rainfall in more than 200 centimeter here. And more than one crops are going in a years because enough amount of moisture in the soil is available. The rice and jutes are there is a main crop of this type of farming. The West Bengal, Assam, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Tripura, Manipur, Mizoram and Malabar is a coastal fall under this category of farming as a wet farming here. The next here, irrigated farming. Irrigated farming here is important. This type of farming is a practiced is in the area where is average rainfall is between 80 to 200 centimeter, which is insufficient from contain crops. This system of farming can be practiced only in those areas where availability of water from underground or surface water body like a river, tanks and lakes is sufficient throughout the year. The other condition for this farming is ability of level to the agriculture land. The main area where much farming is practiced are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh is the north western Tamil Nadu and the deltas of peninsular rivers here. The other important pocket of agricultural farming is found in the Deccan Plateaus region, particularly in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh here. The wheat, rice and sugarcane are important crop of this farming. You know that there is the most important here. There is the particularly in the Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh is farming, irrigation farming, and there is the main crops here. Wheat, rice, and sugarcane is an important crop here. The next here, subsistence farming. Subsistence farming is the most important here. These types of farming is a practiced is a primarily to the fulfill self-requirement of the people of the area. The main objective of this farming is they provide to the substance to be a large number of people of a given area. Size of holding in is a small use of annual laborers and simple farming implements are common feature of this type of farming. Substantial agriculture is a practiced in a part of Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand and the hill area of the country. There is a most important farming here. The next here, shifting cultivation. There is a most important here, a shifting cultivation here. In this type of cultivation, land is clear by cutting and burning of the forest to the rising of crop. There is an important here, the cutting and burnings of the forest arising of crop. The crops are grown for a few years is a 2 to 3 years. As a fertility of land a decline of farmers moved to new areas. They cleared the forest and the growing crops there for the next few years. This farming is practiced in some pocket of the hill area northeast and is some travels belt of Odisha. Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh in a northeast such as types of cultivation is known as a zooming. There is zoom krishi. There is an important point here zooming and in shifting is a cultivation here. The next year, trash cultivation. Trash cultivation is important here. It is a practiced in a hilly area. The farmer is this is a reason as the curbs out of trashes on the hill slopes. Is a conserve is a soil and water to the rice is a crops. In India, this type of cultivation is a practiced on the slope of Himalayas and hill of the peninsular region. Due to pressure of population and trash cultivation in the beginning adopted in the northern eastern state of India and where shifting agriculture was practiced earlier. There is an important here and next year plantation agriculture. There is the most important here. Plantation agriculture is useful here. Well organized and managed cultivation of crop, particularly is a single one on a large scale, is called plantation agriculture here. It requires large investment on the latest technology and proper management. Tea, coffee, and rubber are example of plantation agriculture here, and this agriculture is a precise in Assam, West Bengal, and the slope of Nilgiri Hill. The next year, commercial farming. Commercial farming is important here. Under this farming, their farmer raise a crop mainly for the market. Under this system, generally those crops are growing which are used as raw materials for industries. Our cultivation is the sugar cane in Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. Cotton is the Gujarat, Maharashtra and Punjab, and jute is the West Bengal are some of the example of this farming. The next year, contract farming. Contract farming is important here. It is a view as an important tool to increase a private is a corporate involvement in their agro processing. In this system, is a company is engaged in a processing or marketing of the agriculture product entered into the contact with the farmers. They provide their farmers is a necessary to facility and buy or back to the product with a rate specified in advance. The Field Fresh Company, a multinational, has 1,000-acre land under the horticulture in Punjab, and Pepsi and McDonald have to started to contact to cultivation of shortcuts, fruits, and the latest respect there is a Balapurs and ITC is a provide to farmer with a fast growing clone and varieties of trees that are mature in just 4 years and by the output. Such types of their farming is said to be getting popular among to the farmers, especially in Punjab. And however, some scholars fear that is a shift of the land from a food crop under this contact farming on a scale is likely to be result in a food security and especially for a lower income group. The next year, eco farming or organic farming. That is important here. Eco farming and organic farming. This farming avoids their use of synthetic fertilizer and pesticide, growing a regulator and the livestock feed or additives. These types of farming rely on their crops rotation, crop reduce, animal manure of farms are organic based and biological pest control to the maintain soil productivity. A few farmers for Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Pondicherry, Punjab and adopting these types of agriculture here. This is important.